All right, you asked for it, you got it. It's been a long time since I exclusively used any iOS device as my main device. I mean, they only come out once per year, really. And if you recall, last year, I switched over to the iPhone 10 because I had to, because it's important that I'm aware of this whole ecosystem. It's important that I have exposure to the things that are happening in this space. And many of you guys, you want to know what my take is on these particular devices. But because they don't refresh that frequently, it means I spend a lot of the year, full disclosure, I spend a lot of the year on Android devices because I'm constantly switching. So switching over to this one is always a little extra painful. There's no quick switch. You know, some apps are not available. It's a whole different operating system. Unlike switching from Android to another Android, where I put a launcher on and then it just feels like the last one with some small discrepancies, of course, in the hardware. Not the case here. This is more ambitious. This is more nerve-wracking for me personally, because I gotta go back to the old ecosystem and see what's going on with the new software, and of course, just adjusting myself back to iOS. Important to note, this whole thing for me started on iOS in regards to smartphones. I mean, as a technology fan, you have to appreciate the significance of those early Apple devices, and that's how this thing started for me. It took a while for Android to catch up, in my opinion. Nonetheless, you guys need to know the truth, and I intend to bring it to you. So as you see on the table here right now, I've got my SIM card lined up, shivering, shaking, scared. And I have the iPhone XS Max because I feel like I might as well use the device that's all new. For me, it's like, if you're gonna get one of these iPhones, this is probably the one to get. If you're spending this premium amount of money, this $1,100, you might as well get the extended extras, unless you're completely against the idea of having a large phone. Now, if you've been following this thread as I've been switching between devices, then you probably know I have recently experienced life with a very inexpensive device, the Pocophone F1. If you didn't catch any of those videos, I suggest you go watch them, because I was amazed at the cost to performance ratio of that particular device, starting at around $300. This is going to be a completely different experience and evaluation, because the starting price here is $1,100. So fresh off of that budget experience, I go all the way to the most expensive device on the planet, from a very inexpensive one, at least in North American terms, to a very expensive one. I think it's going to be an interesting contrast and kind of the perfect way for me to evaluate this thing against what else is happening in the marketplace. Okay, let's go ahead, pop out the SIM card tray here. So this is Apple's first potentially dual SIM device. They'll be doing a combination of a hardware SIM, an actual physical SIM, and an eSIM in certain markets. But anyway, there you can see my old-fashioned non-eSIM, and it's going into this iPhone. Holy smokes. This is gonna be a whole process. App Store, voicemail immediately. Oh my goodness, guys, I don't know, I might even have to put on an Apple Watch. Who knows? But as I told you in the past, I do this for you. That's the idea. You nominated me. You put me in this position. You want to know the truth. And so do I. I'm going to try. I'm really going to try. There's some things that are promising about this phone already. In the unboxing video, I was impressed with the sound. The display looks good. How's the battery life going to be? What am I going to miss on the Android side? And most importantly, should anyone be spending $1,100 on a smartphone in 2018? That's what I intend to find out. And then I'm going to bring it to you. I'm going to tell you. So stay tuned for that. Subscribe. I'm on the iPhone XS Max right now. It feels weird, Jack, but I'm doing it.